Alright guys, this is going to be a direct upgrade, update, up something. Yeah, basically when I made my first video on the Impale build with Shadow Mantle set, I had no fucking idea what I was talking about, so I do apologize. I have to update everything considerably. Alright, hear me out guys. Redman? So hear me out, everybody. And I will be doing a proper riff with this. So, Shadow Mantle set. You need the full 6-piece. Duh. I've got a lot of augs on here. I've got this is auged. The only thing I don't have augmented is my shoulders right now. My compass rose sorry, convention elements is augmented. So in addition to the 6-piece set, for which you can just kind of read it right there, just pause and read. You're going to need Carlay's Point because you need to be equipping a melee weapon, and you need Holy Point Shot because Impale will throw 2 additional knives. This is a melee build. As weird as that seems, or at least very close to a melee build, because you're going to take advantage of the 2 additional knives that you're throwing to very quickly melt down enemies. In addition to all that, you want the Endless Walk combo, a Convention of Elements, and Strong Arm Bracers, because this is a very vault-heavy build. Now, without further ado, let me explain to you why I was wrong. First of all, it does matter. It does matter what element you're choosing to go with. My predisposition was, well, if I have cold damage on Carlay's and I have lightning damage, well, I can take advantage of 2 cycles of Convention of Elements to gain sustained damage. This was completely wrong. This was completely wrong. There's enough uptime in the 12 seconds every time it cycles back to your element. There's more than enough time for that 200% burst, which you need. You need that. This is a very burst-heavy build. Secondly, what else was I wrong about? Oh yeah, I was wrong in saying that this build can kill trash mobs. Anything around 70 to 80, I would say. It can, sure. Past 90s, you're just wasting your time. So, and of course the chain of shadows, so that you can keep vaulting. I actually found a trick. If you do that and then just hold down the vault button, whatever it is, you can actually get 5 vaults out of doing that from that one time. Now, here's what I really wanted to get to. This build, the damage dealer is Impale. It's not a generator. It looks like a generator, but it's not. There's no generator in this build. As a matter of fact, for speed farming, you have to change the Dark Heart rune to Seethe. I have to do that for anything under 75. Anything under 75, I have to use Seethe. Otherwise, I'm not keeping my hatred up quickly enough. Rolls. Now, 37.99% cooldown reduction, 37% is perfect. That'll ensure permanent uptime on Vengeance. Higher is great, it's not mandatory. 2 very important rolls that you have to have. And if you get it on your Holy Point Shot, that would be great too. Actually, let me see. Does it roll on Holy Point Shot? Yes, it does. So if you can get a Holy Point Shot with these stats and Impale damage, see, I have on my helm and on my boots, I have increase Impale damage by 15%. That is so necessary for this. On paper, I deal no damage. I deal absolutely no damage. But when we do this 95 right now, you'll see that just this build is fucking crazy. Also, not to mention, let me make sure that I good. Okay. Not to mention that your toughness, my toughness goes well over a trillion, sometimes 1.5 trillion between elusive ring and fan of knives. Can't really see it happening right now. Yeah. Oh, nice glitch. So vault. Again, can't really see it right now, but it goes considerably higher. Yeah, I use the scoundrel with this, and now there was a debate I was having with myself, and I searched the forums, and there's a lot of argument on this topic about critical hit chance versus impale damage. Initially, I had a 6% roll for critical hit chance on my helm. I was wrong. Anything above 50% is going to be fine. The attack speed at base right now is 2.09. With Gogok, it goes up to about 2.23, 2.25, somewhere around there. And then with Pain Enhancer, it goes obviously even higher, depending on the density of the mob that you're dealing with. But as long as every other hit is guaranteed to be a critical hit, you're fine. You don't need critical hit chance past 50% for this build. It's dare I say, superfluous. Crit damage is a little harder to come by. Unfortunately, I have the God roll for my convention. I have absolute shit for my compass rolls. Yeah, I know. At least my traveler's pledge ain't half bad. But what am I putting on the scoundrel? Here's another really important thing. Picking the Templar is completely unnecessary. You don't need to pick a Templar. Having the scoundrel with Hysteria, every other hit is a critical hit. So you have permanent uptime on the scoundrel's Hysteria. Not to mention if you give him something like a shit ton of attack speed, which actually I'm going to try to roll right now. Let's see if I can roll attack speed on this thing. I don't think I can, but critical hit damage. Nope, just critical hit damage. Which is stupid. But I'll roll anything off this freaking vitality. Life, it's just critical hit. It's just gonna be critical hit damage. Screw it. Doesn't matter. So yeah, with permanent uptime on Hysteria and Oculus Ring, a lot of attack speed, as much as you can possibly get onto him. Then Word with a Wreath of Lightning means you get some pretty good crowd control too. I mean, it's pretty great. Let's stop talking. More Dewey. I'm actually going to try and show you guys. It was going well over 1 trillion toughness. I'll keep the south window open, I don't really need it. Oh, it's probably, it's probably because I had 2 Crusaders in my group. But nonetheless, let's just get back to this real before we time out for stupidity. They just knock them out, just get moving. You don't have time for anything but elites with this. You really don't. No time. Plus, not to mention, I mean, it makes sense, the whole critical hit chance versus percent damage debate. If you think about it, critical hit chance doesn't actually up your damage at all. It's not consistent. So, I mean, we can get it consistent to the point where we can say, you know, every other hit is going to be a critical hit, therefore, and then it's just based off the damage multiplier. Anything between 50 and 100%. I mean, the closer you get to 100%, the more guarantee you have that 2 consecutive hits are going to be critical hits back to... That's all you're really getting by doing that. I have 2 of these motherfuckers over here. Again, I do apologize for that last video. I have no idea what I was talking about. Coming as a monk player. We're coming towards the end of our season right now, right? And I want to do my greater rip hunt. Oh, crap. And some of you are probably saying, well, here a Templar would be so handy, but I'm way too far behind the clock, way too early on to be thinking that heals would be the better option. Plus Plagued. I fucking hate Plagued. I mean, of course I want to sit in this Oculus ring as long as I possibly can. The fact of the matter is, this rift's not being so good to me. That's okay. We'll bounce back. Okay. If you get close to him like that, you are able to hit him with all 3 knives, and it's the first one that each knife hits for 50,000 plus damage. That's it's just a beautiful thing. It's a bad day to be in my way, basically. Am I really that far? Damn! I should not have checked. I should not have checked that. I should not have checked that at all. I just made that circle for nothing. Ah! Come on, gotta keep going. You could also go Nemesis Bracers, you know, that's another thing. I could have sworn I saw an elite over here. Or is that just my fucking imagination? Yep. Imagination. Here's... I'm gonna finish this. Mad shielding in this rift. Mad shielding and fire chains. And poison and all that crap that I hate. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get it done. Okay. I see. I'd rather be right next to them and throwing my Impale knives. Of course, it was a Waller. Then I would be right here, throwing it at a distance. No time for shit mobs. This rift is like getting fucked by Kadala. I swear to God. All poison and molten and everything I'm trying to get the fuck away from. Catching up. Alright. I really gotta stop taking these chances. I can't fight these shit mobs. I can't do it. It can't be done. There's no time. There's usually elites in areas like that. Clear some of the shit out, at least. Alright, cold coming up. Come on! Oh, I got 2 elite packs right here. Good. Is that 2 elite packs? Back to back, right? Looks like it. Nope, just 1. There we are. Got it. Whew. By the way, just in case anyone was wondering, I have actually figured out mathematically, statistics is mathematical, but I've figured out mathematically. We'll just go with that one. What the best potion is, I finally figured it out. It's actually a tie between Kool-Aid and amplification. Oh, amplification's probably the winner though, because you already have life on hit. You already have, you know, woof, thank you. You already have life on kill. You already have, you know, all that life per second and stuff. So if you're running a lifesteal build, 25% from all sources, I mean, don't ignore that number. That number's pretty substantial. A lot more substantial than you realize. Oh man, look at that shit. Where are you, you son of a bitch? Oh, great, and it's arcane. I'm actually amazed I'm completing this rip without dying right now. Here I have to clear shit. There's a fucking elite. He's right there, too. Of course it's Perendi. Actually, probably my favorite Rift Guardian. Told you I'd complete it. Well, that's the Impale build with the Shadow motherfucking Mantle set. It's boss. All right. I hope this video makes up for my atrocity of the last video. I'm really sorry about that. If that last video did turn you off to this build, this video I'm confident will turn you onto this build. Anyways, take care everybody. I'm out. Peace.